Hello and welcome to This Game Sucks. This is our little presentation of our game. Now here we're starting level 1, which has got a lot of our tutorials in. We can see we've got to get to our little arrow here, our little wash basket bar. Tutorials and little helpful hints like at the bottom are going to help us on the way. Now as we go forward, these are going to go just to help the player understand the basics. Like for this, walking, jumping with a helpful video with no audio, just so that if people from a different country per se or a different language watch them, it's easier to see how it's done than have to change audio for different things. Now as we go through, we can understand how being wet works, making you slow, but as it says they're able to interact with heavy objects. And just like here, we're going to give the player an example. So we're going to give them an example where they have to get wet in order to push a cup up to an obstacle to get past it. And then we're going to teach the player that they're going to need to wring out afterwards in order to get back to the normal state, to be able to jump high enough to get over that obstacle, which is what we're showing them here. We're showing them we can't jump high enough to get past it, and we can wring out to get out of it. Now we can jump over as normal and proceed. So now we've shown the player what to do. We give them more or less the example of what they needed to do before. They can wring out, move a cup, and get over an obstacle to the next part of the level. Now here, I'm going to introduce the player to some more movement mechanics. This one is our helpful roles that the player has access to. And this will become, nails. This will become very handy. Oh, there we are. If we have to dodge things like these nails. There we go. So now we're showing the player all about bouncing obstacles like these little stools in a different level that we have, and how to bounce on them, because we need to, it looks like we have to reach that over there in order to get to where we want to go. So we'll bounce and bounce again, and hopefully, yeah, there we go. And now we'll teach the player about being hot and what that entails. Obviously being around objects like hob or near a kettle are going to make you warmer, and you're going to be able to double jump and have that little forward roll to increase your momentum and get to places you couldn't do before. So having shown the player what to do, we're going to give them an instance directly after it in order to do it, so they can learn and then put it into practice. And now we fell, so we might not be able to get back up. And also we have a little AI here, our little villain of the piece, the Roomba. Now maybe I can get to the door. Oh no, it's seen me. Ah! Well, the answer to that is no, you can't get to the door. The AI will eat you if you try. So he's our villain of the game, and at some point we're going to try and defeat him in one of our levels if we can. But now we're up here, we can see if we can get over to the other side, and we introduce gliding to the player with a gliding effect. This shows the player how to use it and in what sort of instance they may use it to travel somewhere. And as if by magic, we've introduced this to them just as we've come to a fan. So if we walk off here, there we go, and we can glide using our glide animation. So if we want, we can go up there and try and discover some more of the level, or we can go back down and try and get to our little objective there. Oh, what's this? We have a little thing we can press E on. That's one of our collectibles. So we can have a look at it, and it'll go into our collectibles menu for later. It disappears from the world because we've picked it up in essence. And now we tell the player how to get to the end of the levels. We can see that we have to get into the wash basket, so whoever from our family later on takes us in the wash basket and places us down in another level. We can start again. And this should be it for level 1. Thank you. See you next time for level 2. And now you join us in level 2. We can see we've added the textures to the liquid so that we can easily see them and where to go. This is a tutorial that's on level 1 if we've not seen it already. And we can easily move the cups around in a wet state. And just like the tutorial has shown us, we can wring out so we can jump high enough to get on the things we need, the helpful tooltip there. We've got a tutorial for the Eagle Vision, which is the Socks Vision. Enables us to walk around and see the objects that are interactable, collectible, wet and hot, as well as the enemies. So we can easily go to things we need like the kettle to get hot, and how to work the toaster as well. I think with this one we're probably going to try and get hot and we've now got the little flame trail on Sookie, so that we can tell just how hot he is as we try and make our way around the level. Our objectives are updating to tell us to drop down to the wake top and get over. You see we've got our lovely whisk here, and just like we've previously been told by the tutorials, we can use the cup to get up there, so we're going to get wet again, making use of that changing state and get up there and give ourselves a ring out in order to get up to the whisk. And the whisk is a unique item, so it's got unique behaviour, like making us ragdoll like that. So it can ragdoll us, it can throw us about, it can generally be a nuisance if we get caught by it. But if we've got good enough timing, and I'm lucky, I can get around. So it looks like we have to get over there by the wash basket to finish the level. So we'll drop in the sink and got a bit wet, as you might imagine. We can wring ourselves out and get away from it. So if the player's now wondering what to do, we can switch to sock vision and get nice and hot by this kettle. And we can see that the lever on the toaster isn't interactable. We can interact with that, and then we can go and get on the toast. In order to get there, now we can turn that interactable vision off. Now we can make our way over here. Now we know by the arrow we've got to get to the wash basket. We can see that by the objective, so we can try and do some platform to get over there. My platforming is good enough. We can move on these hibernation boxes. If anyone knows the spoiler there, we can get over there. So as you can see, we can use all the things we found in the tutorial, like our toaster, our getting hot animations, getting over things we need to. We can also see up there, look, little clues. We can see that we've got a hot water bottle, so we might be able to get over the level. We've got little swirly animations on the radiator, so we might be able to use that to glide over. We've got some little helpful bookcases and books up there that we can use. So as well as always just being helpful, they generally give you the tools to discover more of the level. So without the sock vision, the level looks quite normal, but with it we can pick up hints and tips on where to go and find our way about the level if we didn't know. So yeah, that's level 2 for you, and we're done.